Today, the payment of another round of CDA funds by MML shows the company's commitment to that philosophy. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember in 2022, MML paid $1.7 million as CDA fund to the community people. Today, I'm here to hand over the dummy check of $3.7 million. $3.7 million, equivalent to over 83 million new loans as payment for 2023-2024 CDA fund to the people.
The check to the Community Development Fund is $83,700,000 leones, sorry.
Please subscribe to my new YouTube channel CLIN and hit the notification bell to be notified for new videos.
Use of the current PEPL rail and port infrastructure and is developing an optimal energy solution that includes renewables to ensure we are globally competitive and reduce and offset our carbon footprint. MML prioritizes equality, diversity, and building a strong workforce. In 2023, we surpassed our 30% target for women who now represent 34% of our employees and made sustainability initiatives.
So we are presently at the Marampa mines in Port Harcourt district to witness two key activities, which are presentation of our community development fund as part of the community development agreement, and it's a mining policy wherein annually every mining company is obliged to issue out a community development fund. But at the moment we don't know the exact amount project because we want to expand operating. So being invited this year presently to witness these two important events. Local dignitaries as well as at national level, they're here. Traditional leaders like the paramount chiefs, all of them are here, including the host paramount chief, PC by Koblo Queen of Marampa Chiefdom. Government ministers are here.
and transported to the mine site.
Okay. So we are currently with one of the officials of the Marampa Mines Company, who is Professor Shekumara, who is here to explain in details, how this program will look like. Welcome to the
Thank you very much, AYV. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so what are we expecting in today's event, as everybody is here anxiously waiting for what to be happening?
We are expecting an exciting moment here. It's a combo event, meaning there are two events in one. We're going to commission the M3.75, meaning the company is now poised to produce 3.75 million tons per annum of quality ore. The second event is the president will be formally presenting a check, a CDF check, to the paramount chiefs of Marampa and Mafoki for 2 years, 2023 and 2024. That's a huge sum of money.
So currently, how many tons are you producing as a company?
Well, the last time the president came here, we commissioned to 3.25. So it depends on the production of the year. So we don't have exactly how many tons we're going to produce, because sometimes problems happen that you don't produce exactly how much you want to produce.
So in terms of economic benefits, what Sierra Leone stands to benefit from this expansion?
Well, from this expansion, one, the expansion means that the company is going to produce more tons, and that means more money for the government and more money for the community. And so the GDP, this company significantly contributes to the country's GDP. And the economy of the surrounding, the economy of these host communities will improve significantly. So the expansion is going to have an impact on this community and the country as well.
So in terms of job creation, so are we going to see more employment opportunities for our young people in the country?
Definitely. The more the expansion goes, the more people will be needed to do the work. So yes, there will be more opportunities for our young people to work. And here in this case, when I say young people, both male and female. Note that Marampa has 30% female employment.
Okay, so what about, let's come to the Community Development Fund. So, how much are we expecting for the 2 years? Because according to you, the company is going to issue out we're going to make two payments today. That is for 2023 and 2024. So how much are we expecting in these two payments?
Incidentally, without the president pronouncing that amount, nobody should. So I don't know.
But all we know, community stands to benefit hugely from.
All we know is that this amount today will be far higher than the 38 billion that we had the last time.
So besides the Community Development Fund, which the company is really issuing to communities, so what are the benefits in terms of corporate social responsibility?
Well, besides the CDF, the company is also doing what you call CSR, corporate social responsibility, like constructing wells for about 14 villages around, wells around, and VIP toilets in public places. They are very important. Public places lack those things, so we are doing it in Lonsa. And training for agriculture. We're training people for agriculture, which is very important. We are also helping schools with furniture and other school materials in the area. So that's the CSR. The company is doing that out of its own will.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
He is Professor Sheikh Kamara, who is a top official at the Marampa Mines Limited, who has just explained to us how the company is really doing its best in meeting its corporate social responsibility, and also, the two events that we're going to witness today. And we've just been joined by a top government official, he's a household in this country. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And who are we talking to?
My name is Alpha Kanu. I used to be a miner in this place. When I was a mining engineer, I worked here in the 1970s. So I'm happy to come back here today as a government official, with the help for provide enabling environment for the mining productivity, increase in leaps and bounds. Why do I say this? In the total of 45 years with Delco, with the mine Naya, when me, at the end of the day, I was one of the young pupil engineers in 1975. The total amount of iron ore where we pull Naya for ship na prepare over 40 years, the total for 40 years, now less than 1 million, it's 950,000 tons. So for one company can today, they can able to tell we say that they can mine over 3.5 million tons just 1 year. That's not a big thing. And it is possible because of leadership. The leader will get today, the president will get today, they provide the environment for let companies then thrive, for let communities then thrive, for let the people of Sierra Leone thrive, let them benefit from the God-given mineral resources. And this amount of iron ore, where they pull today, is going to give a lot of money to government, but most importantly, the 1% we then get for Kangi, the community, it's unimaginable. Because in 2022, when we kayak, when the total export at that time was about 1 million tons, today we don't count 2024, 5, now 3.5 million tons they are aiming at. So I am saying that if we receive 38 billion for 1 million tons this time, I am sure we are going to receive a bonanza. We're not going to get Osna loans for keeper. We're not going to get loans for keeper. Bank not for keeper. Today they broke the bank because of the good policies of His Excellency President Julius Maada for encourage people that will get money and we know how for work them businesses so able to come into the country and invest in what we have.
Okay, well, like most times, then community development funds there. What are some of the things and ways they do in terms of developing communities?
Well, it's called the Community Development Committee Fund. So it's going direct to the community, not to government. They take this money, at the community they take it. And when it goes to the community then gets what they call a Community Development Committee. Now then they sit down. They look at what they want, they compare them with what we own development plan TANLEC from the Ministry of Development and Economic Planning for that district and for that region. And see if they coincide, they take this to the committee and the committee will now finance and fund this. So the money not they go to government, government not get hand panels, not to royalty, we're not government they take, not to tax, we government they take, not to mining license fee, we government they take, not to environment fee. This is now money to the owners of the land, those who live within the community. Now they go, and separately, not to the land lease, where they can pay, where they call surface rent. No, that goes to the owners of the land. But this one, the CDF, which is 1% of the total amount, where then they export in every 1 year, that they go back to the community. That is giving back to communities, and that has been possible because of the leadership of President Julius Maada.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so that's Alhaji Alpha Kanu, when a top official of the current government. Instead just to explain how the community fund use them, how a day for develop communities, where a fund will be say it gets a committee where formed by members of communities who say the mining they take place. So the money is there for development communities and for ensure say they give life on social amenities like good goods, hospitals, schools and other things. So we still there for see how these events go. So as time to go, we'll give more updates on how then to events that unfold. Now the Marampa Mines Limited, na Marampa Chiefdom inside Poloko District. Mina Abbas say. Just
$200 million and a significant milestone for the Marampa project. This will enable a larger output of high-quality product, greater operational efficiency and reliability, and increased flexibility for treating a wide variety of iron. MML is determined to supply a cleaner iron ore product. Currently, our in-house logistics operation transports Marampa Blue by truck from the processing plant to Low Fame River Port Terminal, where cargo is loaded onto a fleet of marine vessels and carried to an offshore transshipment point at Freetown Harbour for export. Future expansion phases include raising production capacity to 5 million tonnes per annum in the medium term.
Fleet of marine vessels and carried to an offshore transshipment point at Freetown Harbour for export. Future expansion phases include raising production capacity to 5 million tonnes per annum in the medium term, followed by 10 to 20 million tons per annum. MML is working with the government of Sierra Leone to ensure reliable use of the current PEPL rail and port infrastructure, and is developing an optimal energy solution that includes renewables to ensure we are globally competitive and reduce and offset our carbon footprint. MML prioritizes equality, diversity, and building a strong workforce. In 2023, we surpassed our 30% target for women, who now represent 34% of our direct employees, a major milestone. Among our key sustainability initiatives, MML Farm supplies fruit and vegetables to the mine's workforce. Our on-site farm is designed around a circular economy concept and a nature-based regenerative approach. Powered by solar energy, it aims to minimize or eliminate waste and exposure to external supply chains. MML has become the first mining company in Sierra Leone to use dry stacking methodology for the deposition of tailings. We are one of the first few mining operations in Africa to deposit tailings in the form of dry stack in a fundamentally safer and more environmentally and community-friendly manner. Under a community development agreement, MML contributes 1% of the FOB value of annual export revenues to a community development fund and plays an active and responsible role in improving the lives of our host communities. Marampa Mines is committed to building a resilient, sustainable, and world-class iron ore company, a globally recognized iron ore concentrate brand, and a strong future for our stakeholders, together with the government of Sierra Leone. Marampa Mines Limited, or MML, produces high-grade iron ore concentrate near Lunsar in the Port Loko district of Sierra Leone. Marampa Mines is owned and operated by Gerald Group, which has a 90% stake, and the government of Sierra Leone with a 10% stake. Production starts by excavating iron ore of circa 32% Fe content from our Marampa concessions. Mining activities include drill and blast of hard ore. The ore is transported from the mine pit to feeding points at the processing plant to produce 65% Fe grade iron ore concentrate branded Marampa Blue. Currently, the plant produces 3.25 million tons per annum of high-grade iron ore concentrate, having completed its first expansion from an initial configuration of 2 million tons per year. The design and build for a new M3.75 expansion commenced in late 2022, aimed at raising nameplate capacity and production of high-grade iron ore concentrate to 3.75 million tons per annum and at processing competent iron ore. In May 2023, the largest single consignment of equipment, including a gyratory crusher, regrind mill, sag mill, and 2 large cranes, was imported into Freetown Harbour and transported to the mine site for the expansion project. A 22-megawatt power plant was also built as part of the expansion. MML's operations will benefit from expanded crushing, milling, beneficiation, and power generation capacity. The commissioning of the M375 expansion represents a total investment of almost $200 million and a significant milestone for the Marampa project. This will enable a larger output of high-quality product, greater operational efficiency and reliability, and increased flexibility for treating a wide variety of iron ore. MML is determined to supply a cleaner iron ore product. Currently, our in-house logistics operation transports Marampa Blue by truck from the processing plant to Tho Fayim River Port Terminal, where cargo is loaded onto a fleet of marine vessels and carried to an offshore transshipment point at Freetown Harbour for export. Future expansion phases include raising production capacity to 5 million tons per annum in the medium term, followed by 10 to 20 million tons per annum. MML is working with the government of Sierra Leone to ensure reliable use of the current PEPL rail and port infrastructure and is developing
Mike. Mike.
Watch me. Go.
Good afternoon again, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly take your seats as we are going to do the prayers. I now call on Sheikh Alhaji Ibrahim Kaloko for the Muslim prayers, and Christian prayers is Justina Hannah Johnson.
Ba'da alhamdulillahi wa salatu ala nabi. After we don't tell thank you to Almighty Allah, we give a praise to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We dey try for God open this blessed meeting, inshallah, by saying, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna fatahna laka fatan mubina liyaghfira laka Allahu ma taqaddama min dhanbika wa ma ta'akhkhar wa yutimma ni'matahu 'alayk wa yahdiyaka siratan mustaqima wa yansuraka Allahu nasran 'aziza. Allahumma rabbana ya rabb ansurna nasrika binasrikal aziz. Allahumma rabbana ya rabb anta amartana bidu'aika wa warsana bil ijaba faqad da'awnaka kama amartana fastajib du'aina kama wa'atana innaka la tukhliful mi'ad. Subhanaka rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wassalamun 'alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Al-Fatiha. Alhamdulillah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let us bow our heads in prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, we praise you for this event of commissioning of the M375 expansion and the presentation of the Community Development Fund and the purpose for which it is meant. We know that when we gather together, you always have a divine agenda. Father, thank you for every seat that has been filled here today. For each mind and heart that feels the presence of this gathering, we thank you. We have our ideas, a vision, hints, and daily instructions. We have talents, abilities, and time to work. However, only you can see in perfect details the end of every beginning, every project, every season, and every life. Nothing is ever in vain, for even mistakes and missteps are used for good. We stand on behalf of Sierra Leone land. May our land be a source of sustenance and joy. Your righteousness transcends all our efforts and understanding. Forgive us for our pride, the pride that puffs us up, and the pride that threatens to unqualify us. Strengthen our confidence in who you have made us to be. Set us free from comparison in order to work together efficiently. Bless this meeting today, all those present, as well as those lives of those which we encounter afterwards. Ready us to make every moment count. Keep love at the forefront of our minds today and guiding light for all set out to accomplish and celebrate. At this point, may the words of our mouth and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight, O God, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen.
Good afternoon again, everybody. My name is Winifred Moira Johnson-Williams, a mechanical and maintenance engineer serving as the heavy mining equipment senior supervisor at Marampa Mines. Thank you. My duty here today is to introduce our chairperson. She is the vice president and head of energy solution at Marampa Mines Limited. She has focused on creating renewable energy solution that lights up home and transform lives. Collaborating with the government of Sierra Leone, development partners, and the private sector. Her career includes with the several UN agencies, McKinsey & Co., private energy companies in Sierra Leone. Among her notable achievements is playing an integral role in the development and implementation of Sierra Leone's first ever mini-grid project. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us welcoming Jasmine Roberts.
Thank you, Winifred. His Excellency, the President, retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, Chief Minister, Minister of Mines, Ministers and Deputy Ministers present, the U.S. Ambassador to Sierra Leone, the UK High Commissioner to Sierra Leone, the Leader of Government Business, MPs, Paramount Chiefs of Mafaki and Marampa districts, community members, our distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am humbled and honored to be here before you today as the chairperson of this event. I am proud, first and foremost, as an employee of Gerald Group and Marampa Mines. I am proud as one of the 3 female executive board members of MML and our beneficiary communities. So as we welcome him, it is also with a sad heart that we bid farewell to him as he goes on retirement. But we want to say thank you for your hard work. We know this is not goodbye, and we know that you're going to continue supporting MML and the communities in building great partnerships. Please welcome to the stage, Prof. Sheikh Kamara.
Thank you very much, Jasmine. Indeed, I am not divorcing MML. I'm only retiring from MML. As I've always maintained, my name is Sheikh Umar Kamara, and my title is Professor. Excellency, President Julius Maada Bio, ministers and other officials of government, the Lottie Party, my MML family, distinguished guests, beautiful ladies and handsome gentlemen. On behalf of Marampa and Mafoki, I welcome you all so warmly to Masaboin Hills of Marampa. There are moments in history, and in the history of our country, in the history of our community, and in the history of MML, this moment is a fine and historic one. Today, our dear President, like he has done 2 years ago, in a combo event, is going to present to the paramount chiefs of Mafoki and Marampa a check for 2 years, 2023 and 2024. And I can assure everyone here that no community in this country has ever received the money in that check for a development fund. None. As you remember, about 2 years ago, President Bio delivered a check here, gave us 38 billion leones. And he challenged us to do good things with it. Mr. President, we are doing wonderful things with it. Yes, times there were when money would come here and disappear there. Creole say, money go come, if all foot go back and do. No more of that. Today, Mr. President, I can assure you that where money can we can sit on place. Done, we make sure say foko pin not the commodity. Mr. President, we have to thank you for the role you have played in ensuring that these communities receive one healthy. It is built on mutual respect. And the fact that for the past 5 years or more, there's never been a serious strike here unlike previous years, shows that we have a robust mechanism to engage the community in a very meaningful way. And that is something that MML is proud of and will remain to be proud of. Mr. President, I have been told not to talk too much today, and I'm going to be very brief. But I cannot leave this podium without saying this. Marampa and Mafoki have started seeing what they had always heard from other people, the phrase development, sustainable development. But I know Dr. Kande Koleyumkela is not here, but he is my witness to say that no development, no sustainable development can occur in the absence of electricity, in the absence of light. So Marampa is developing. Marampa has a lot of money, and today the president is to give us some more, is going to give us some more. But Marampa is saying, Mafoki are saying, we need sustainable light. So we would plead with the government to support the effort of CDC to acquire light for these communities. Because when light comes to these communities, sustainable development will come crawling and smiling to us. Mr. President, I want everybody to join me in thanking, giving profuse thanks to a man called Craig Dean. He's a good man. He's a quintessential gentleman. But more importantly, he is interested in the development of this community and this country. We, on behalf of Marampa and Mafoki, I would like to thank him profusely for the massive investment he has injected into this. He has injected hope in our community. And I know, because I come from here, I was born here, raised here. And I know during the heydays of Delco, the Honorable Alpha Kano used to come here for holidays because we had money. But I also know that when Delco closed, it was a desert here. We don't want to experience that anymore. And so to my community, I say, please, let us own MML. It is ours. If MML thrives, we thrive. Owning MML means do not steal from the company. Owning MML means do not disrupt the company's work. Owning MML means do not connive with others to defraud the company. That's what owning MML is. So, Mr. President, I thank you once again, and I thank you, Craig Dean, even though you're not here. The community is willing, and MML is going to stay here for another 100 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now going to show a short video that outlines some of the work we're doing with the fund, the CDF fund, and show the impact it's making in the lives of our communities.
Before, during, and after the interregnum, Lunsar is total wilderness. Marampa Mines, Craig Dean, and the management, our shareholders, give us 1%. And this 1% out of the CDC, we're having a lot of transformation taking place.
Fude Sakida Kabia, me and the chairman of the Community Development Committee, we are partners with MML in development. 1% we MML provide for the Marampa Mafoku Chiefdom. The committee we go about now funds the criminal chairman of that committee. Now we get what we call community representatives. These are people they identify in different communities and they come together and form the community development committee. And the members they will meet the members there. And they ask them voting the members they want for let them do with this 1% we the community for development. That's another committee we call the steering committee. We in they manage these funds. When they prioritize which project and which project will they feel say good for the community. So when I take the information and then from the general meeting, I call the steering committee, I present that to them. In debate, then they prioritize their project here. And when they will give you this money, when President will come in 2023, we can give the 2022 money will be $1.7 million. So when they identify them projects, then the first project will start with education. We don't give 626 people a scholarship to different institutions all over the country. We give 210 the universities, and we give 416 to the vocational there.
I received a CDC scholarship with the MML provide. The scholarship really helped me because coming to look at the embarrassment students face at the university in terms of financial obligation. When we resume, they know they ask me because of I'm a beneficiary of the scholarship. Then they ask me for Semika Komona do a suit for that particular semester day.
It has been good to work together with SIDA. They are coming in to the school and being a blessing for us. Now we can boast of having, not to say the latest equipment, but the equipment needed for the practical of the student.
Me, now one of the beneficiary, we get the job at CDC. CDC benefits me Pekin in the college right now. We then give me that contract. I go all out, I pay for me Pekin for go college. CDC OT benefits me plenty because I have been trained for even the eat wise. But now I able to buy me one bag rest with the Mondong, I pay now.
We get the clock tower, we did at the center of the town. Instead we did a fix all, we meet incomplete, we did a try for completer. The rehabilitated those half town, we don't get them a facelift when they're in a very bad shape. This is the generator room. If I need generator room, they host 2 generators. We have the solar lights in the villages. We're in 729 houses, 21 villages. We're around the concession area. They all really give them 88 bulbs each every house.
Marampa Mines the intervention for can provide them facility for we are a timely. Now everybody knows say 1 p.m. Now the players themselves instead of grafting, now they can and drink the water. I mean say what they now they drink the water and the water fine for drink.
This is MML long cancer on about today. So can tell you about HIV and AIDS. The last day we don't come here, we will talk to everybody, encourage everybody for let you do your test.
So immediately I get this information, I not sit down. I go na then selu, na then garage. We say young people and they sit down. But then they can't do the HIV test because we know the HIV test. If I cook,
we beg for let them continue to do this good work. For let CDC continue to do this work. They will pray for let Marampa mines live long in the community. Because without these mines here, then can't see another happen. Because without the mines, we not just start forget money for all them projects here. So I pray for them this thing continue throughout till we great can pick it for family this year, this development here. I pray that.
Thank you. I hope you all see a little bit of what we're here for today and what the funds that we're contributing to the community, the impact it's making. In 2022, I sat here in this audience as a guest as the next presenter commissioned the 3.25 million tons of production for MML. A year later, I had joined MML, where our CEO made a promise to the president that there was more to come from Marampa. Here we are today because of the vision of our CEO, Mr. Craig Dean, and the direction and hard work of this next presenter. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the stage one of the champion and one of the biggest driving forces in bringing more women to the workforce in Marampa, our Chief Operating Officer, Mr. Fred Lottie.
His Excellency President Bill, dear honorable ministers, dear ambassadors, my colleagues, chairs, MML friends, distinguished speakers. Thank you and welcome to Marampa. Today I'm going to explain what M375 is truly about. And first I'd like to show you where we are in our trajectory. So maybe I'll speak without the slides. So let me start anyway. So MML was founded in June 2021, and immediately we want to restart the project. The initial nameplate capacity of Marampa was 2 million ton per year output. And the first thing that we immediately started to do was to export, obviously, our production. The original missions and always for Marampa is to build a long and resilient sustainable project, and therefore cost reduction has always been on top of our objectives. We exported in 2021 for the very first time at Marampa and without the rail and port a Cape-sized vessel. This was never achieved before. Subsequently, in 2022, we expanded the production from 2 million tons per year to 3.25 million tons per year. And we did the inaugurations on this very same location. We immediately started to work on the next phase of expansion from 3.25 to 3.75. In the meantime, we achieved a major milestone in increasing women's percentage in the workforce. We crossed 30% at the end of 2023. And we converted our tailing storage facility into a cyclone deposition to do a dry stacking. This is the first time in the country that we are doing dry stack, and it's one of the very few projects in Africa that is doing a dry stack process. This is setting a very high standard in the global mining industry. Meanwhile, with all the hard work that has been gone into 375, to this day, we have increased production to 3.75 million tons per year. And it's very important to understand that while the increase in volume from 3.25 to 3.75 is modest, the capability that now we have done is hugely important. It's not working so well for me, huh? Oh, there. So, when you look at these slides and you start from the first row, you have 2 million ton output based on a feedstock of free dig ore. Then we increase to 3.25 and again on the feedstock of free dig ore. But as we increase now to 3.75, with the installation of a big crusher and a SAG mill, we are able now to process and treat hard rock ore. And Marampa is made of 80% of hard rock. And therefore, by this technological breakthrough and this expansion, we're able now to crystallize 100% of the value of this ore body. And the future now, over the next 2 years, is to expand to 5 million ton output. And beyond that, with access to rail and port, to 10 to 20 million ton per year. On this slide, you can see at a high level what the flow sheet is about. First, feeding to the plant, you have a combination of weathered ore, which is the free dig, and the primary hard rock, which requires drill and blast. This feedstock goes into a crusher that's going to reduce the size of the hard rock from 1.2 to 1 meters down to 200 millimeter size. Then from the crusher to the SAG mill, where you have another size reduction that is taking the rock from 200 millimeter down to 250 microns. And 250 microns is the size required to liberate the iron so that we can separate it and beneficiate it into the subsequent processing step. The first one is a gravity separation using spirals, and the second stage is the WIMS, where with magnetic separations we're bringing the product to its Marampa Blue threshold, which is 65% Fe. And from there, we are hauling the product over 40-kilometer road and then 70-kilometer river and ocean transport. Now, what M375 is doing is that with the ability to process the hard rock, which is 80% of the makeup of this ore body, we have truly crystallizing 100 years of mining at current throughput. This was never achieved before. Since the discovery of Marampa, from the very first day the geologists put his pick and find iron ore, to this day, never in Marampa have anyone been able to treat hard rock and make a high-grade product. And not only that, is that we have strengthened the ability of this plant to still make high grade, because not only we have different type of ore, soft, hard, there is different mineralogy as well. And to take all these different type of ore and to still make high grade iron ore, 65%, is also the biggest technical breakthrough that this company has gone through. Of course, in the process, we have achieved other milestones. We have increased automations, introduced state-of-the-art technology. We have converted our TSF depositions into semi-dry stack operations. We have increased energy efficiency with our power plant, and now looking toward reducing our carbon footprint, looking at options between natural gas and solar farm. And through the process, obviously continue to make contribution to our communities with the introduction of the CDF funds and annual contributions. We have made donations given to schools, to communities, and continue toward training talents, employees, and future leaders of this company. And so, what I want everyone to remember as they walk out from this event today is that for the next 100 years, that we have creating today the vision that for each ton that is coming out of this project, for each community initiatives, for each technical advancement, we are creating the future of this place. That we are building a prosperous and sustainable project, not just for Sierra Leone, but for the global mining industry as a big base benchmark. And all this hard work has been made possible by many contributions from our ministries, government agencies, our employees, and community members. But a special recognition goes to CLIN, our chairman and CEO, whose founding visions and continued leaderships have shaped MML from its inception, and to His Excellency, President Bio, whose unwavering support has been crucial to the success of this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. Next, we'll have a statement from the U.S. Ambassador to Sierra Leone, Ambassador Brian Hunt, who has been a true friend of MML as a partly U.S.-owned company, followed by a statement from the UK High Commissioner to Sierra Leone, Madam Josephine Gold, who we have the pleasure of welcoming to our mine site for the first time.
His Excellency, the President of Sierra Leone, Honorable Chief Minister, Honorable Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers of Government, Members of Parliament, Ambassadors, High Commissioners, and members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, heads of departments and agencies of government, paramount chiefs, and members of the Lunsar community, international and private sector partners, leaders of civil society and media, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'd like to start by thanking the Marampa Mines and Gerald Group teams for granting me the privilege to join you today to mark both the commissioning of the M3.75 expansion project and the presentation of Marampa Mines' latest contribution to the Community Development Fund. Today's milestones exemplify the mutual benefits that can arise from strong economic and trade relationships between the United States and Sierra Leone. As Marampa Mines continues to expand its operations here, both of our countries gain through increased trade, job creation, and shared prosperity. This partnership fosters economic growth that benefits both Sierra Leonean communities and the broader Sierra Leonean and U.S. economies, strengthening ties that promote long-term development and cooperation. Marampa Mines has demonstrated time and again that responsible business practices and sustainable development go hand in hand. Since the commissioning of the initial M3.25 project in May 2022, Marampa Mines has honored its promises to the government and the people of Sierra Leone to double down on its commitments. The M3.75 expansion represents a remarkable achievement, increasing production capacity and extending the mine's life to approximately 100 years. This $200 million U.S. investment is a clear vote of confidence in Sierra Leone's future. As we celebrate this achievement, it is important to recognize that economic progress must be shared with the communities who support and sustain it. The announcement today of Marampa Mines' second and third tranche contributions to the Community Development Fund, totaling $3.7 million U.S. is a testament to the company's commitment to empowering local communities. This contribution is not just the largest in Sierra Leone's history, it is an investment in the future of the country's people. Marampa Mines' commitment to fulfilling its obligations under this and all other Sierra Leonean laws, including those on local content, women's participation, and environmental protection, set it apart from some of its competitors. It demonstrates the commitment of U.S. business to acting as responsible corporate citizens in Sierra Leone and the value of selecting U.S. companies for critical investments such as this one. The impact of the Community Development Fund has already been transformative. Projects funded through this initiative have improved the lives of countless Sierra Leoneans, from solar lighting to over 700 households, to scholarships for over 600 students, to the refurbishment of community centers and schools. The new projects made possible by these additional contributions, including road rehabilitation, solar streetlight installation, and the construction of a 100-bed hospital, will further enhance the well-being of those living within the concession areas. These efforts demonstrate a shared goal of building a prosperous and sustainable future. Marampa Mines' focus on local employment is equally commendable. With over 2,000 direct employees and more than 3,000 jobs created through contractors, the mine has become a vital source of livelihood for many Sierra Leoneans, with 91% of the employees being Sierra Leonean nationals. The expansion project reflects a forward-thinking approach to sustainability. By upgrading to high-performance equipment, including for power generation, Marampa Mines is taking steps to ensure its operations remain environmentally responsible. The partnership between Marampa Mines, Gerald Group, and the government of Sierra Leone is a model of what can be achieved when businesses and governments work together in the spirit of mutual respect and shared responsibility. That is a brighter, vital future while simultaneously expanding the American economy. In closing, let us remember that sustainable development is about more than numbers and milestones. It is about the impact on ordinary people, the jobs created for men and women who work on the site, at Gerald Group's offices in Connecticut and at vendor partners in Sierra Leone and the United States. The students and families who gain access to better education and better health care, and the communities that are uplifted by improved infrastructure and access. Marampa Mines' contributions are creating and expanding opportunities that will benefit tens of thousands of Sierra Leoneans and Americans today, tomorrow, and beyond. Congratulations to Marampa Mines on these remarkable achievements. The United States stands with you as a steadfast partner in building a more prosperous future for us all. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Honourable Chief Minister, Honourable Ministers, Members of Parliament, Paramount Chiefs, my colleagues from the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here to see the expansion of Marampa Mines production and the growth in its operations. It's so good to see the significant investment in Sierra Leone's mining sector. Iron ore has been one of the single biggest exports from Sierra Leone to the UK in recent years, so this is of particular interest to us too. This expansion demonstrates Sierra Leone's ability to attract significant investment. Projects like this are helping to unlock the vast potential in Sierra Leone's mining sector. Responsible investment is central to Sierra Leone's long-term economic prosperity. Attracting internationally listed companies means that these projects will be striving to meet the highest international standards, benefiting the local community and this country. The lifespan of this mine means that these benefits will be felt for decades to come, harnessing Sierra Leone's natural wealth sustainably to bring long-term return for the country. Revenue from mines and mining makes a major contribution to the economy. Marampa, as a cornerstone of the mining sector here, is contributing to employment, foreign exchange revenues and economic growth. I hope to see this expansion further increase the opportunities and benefits for Sierra Leone. This investment brings with it not just economic opportunities, but also the promise of positive social impact with a contribution to the Community Development Fund. We're pleased to see Marampa's commitment to supporting community projects which will contribute to local development and empowerment. We look forward to following the work of the mine and the continued development of Sierra Leone's mining sector, and to seeing how the country's vast mineral wealth will benefit the citizens of Sierra Leone and support the long-term economic growth. Congratulations to all of you who have been involved in reaching this point with the mine and with the community development. And my good wishes to the future success of Marampa Mines. Thank you.
Thank you, High Commissioner. Our next guest traveled all the way from the United States to Sierra Leone for the first time, directly from Ilunga Airport to the mine site, specifically for this event. She's worked with Gerald Group for 24 years, and she is the woman behind the money. Please help me in giving a warm Sierra Leonean welcome to Gerald Group CFO and Executive Board Member, Ms. Patricia Nicolopoulos.
Mr. President, His Excellency Julius Matabillo, Honorable Minister of Mines Julius Matai, distinguished ministers, deputy ministers, and civil servants, honorable ambassadors, and members of the diplomatic corps, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, staff of MML, MMH, and Gerald Group. Good afternoon. It is truly an honor for me to have traveled here for my first time for this event. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you today. My name again is Patricia Nicolopoulos, and I am the CFO of Gerald Group. I bring warm greetings from our global colleagues, and team, and I'm deeply honored today to represent our CEO and Chairman, Craig Dean. Craig couldn't be with us today due to medical reasons, but he asked me to convey his gratitude for the incredible support of Marampa Mines and his pride for everything that we have accomplished together. Before I read Craig's remarks, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, President Bio. Craig has shared with me on a number of occasions that you are his friend, a true supporter of MML when they need it. Thank you, and God bless you. We appreciate you. Here are Craig's remarks. 3 years ago, we embarked on an ambitious journey at Marampa Mines, and what we've achieved since is nothing short of extraordinary. 2024, while a year marked by its challenges, has proven that with determination, investment, and innovation, we can not only overcome obstacles, but thrive in the face of them. As many of you know, the global iron ore market can be unpredictable. Prices fluctuate, demand shifts. Yet despite these uncertainties, we made the decision to invest over $200 million into state-of-the-art equipment, including a gyrating crusher, a SAG mill, an expanded power plant. Our goal was clear: increase production capacity, improve efficiency, and deliver on the promise we made to Sierra Leone, our partners, and our communities. Today we celebrate two major milestones of Marampa Mines. The first, the successful commissioning of the 3.7 million tons per year of high-grade iron ore, and the second, the presentation of our 2023 and 2024 Community Development Fund, the largest donation by any mining company in Sierra Leone's history. These milestones reflect the hard work, dedication, and partnership that have brought us here. They all serve as a reminder that our journey is far from over. As we continue to grow, we remain steadfast in our commitment to ensuring sustainable development for Sierra Leone and its people. Our expansion of 3.7 million tons per year isn't just about scaling operations. It's about doing so in a way that prioritizes sustainability and responsibility. With advanced technologies like a cyclone deposition system for tailings management, we are setting new standards for environmentally responsible mining. This investment is about securing the future, not just that of Marampa Mines, but of Sierra Leone's economy and the communities around us. We're positioning ourselves for at least 100 years of continuous operation, creating lasting value and opportunity for generations to come. While the expansion is critical, we're equally proud of our commitment to the communities that have supported us. At Marampa Mines, we believe in shared prosperity. That's why today we are presenting our 1% free on board revenue for 2023 and 2024 for the Community Development Fund. Through this fund, we will support projects that have a direct and lasting impact on the people who live here, whether it's building schools, improving healthcare facilities, creating new jobs, or protecting the environment for future generations. Managed by a Community Development Committee with representatives from both Marampa and Maforki chiefdoms and the company, we are all ensuring that these funds are used effectively to meet the needs of the people in our host communities. Looking ahead, the future of Marampa Mines is brighter than ever. Our expansion to 3.75 million tons per year and our continued commitment to the Community Development Fund places us at the forefront of sustainable mining. We're not stopping here. We will continue to innovate, grow, and ensure that both our operations and the communities we serve prosper together. I look forward to the time when we produce 5, 10, and even 20 million tons annually, which is possible with the support of our Gerald and Marampa teams, and of course, the support of our community and the government of Sierra Leone, who are our friends, our family, our strongest supporters of growth. All of this is achievable in the not-so-distant future if we continue to bond together, support each other. No goal is set too high. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to His Excellency, President Bio, for his dedication to improving the lives of his citizens and his incredible support for MML, which has been and continues to be instrumental to ensuring our success. Without the unwavering support, we would not have been able to restart in 2021 with M2, quickly progress to M325, and now reach M375, and extend the MML mine life to 100 years in less than 3 years. It's not the words I speak that have meaning, it's the actions you visibly see that demonstrate it all. Thank you again, Your Excellency. I would like to also extend my gratitude to our employees who every day push themselves to ensure that the dreams become reality. And here we are, another one for the record books. M375 is now a reality. Without your dedication, it would not have been possible. As we celebrate these milestones, I ask each of you to remember that this success is not just Marampa's. It's a success for everyone in Sierra Leone. Remember, our success means jobs, our success means government of Sierra Leone revenues, our success means development, our success means we can give to the community. Our success means prosperity for all. Please continue to support us in our journey as we build a sustainable, successful future, one that will continue to benefit generations to come. Thank you, Craig Dean, Chairman and CEO. Thank you all.
Thank you, Patty. Everyone, please bear with me as we make a few housekeeping announcements before we come to the most important part of the program. Following the presentation of the CDF check, there will also be a presidential tour to our mine sites for the president to witness the expansion. There will be a few pre-selected guests who will accompany the president on this tour. However, only people who have already received passes from Mel Health and Safety Team. Following that, you'll be escorted to the parking lot where buses have been provided, a 36-seater bus for governments and another bus for members of the press. Please be informed that no other vehicles will be allowed to enter the mining area. The rest of our honored guests, please, you'll be escorted to the back area over there where ushers will show you where you will receive lunch and refreshments, and for the community as well to an area where you will receive gifts that we've prepared for you. As mentioned earlier, Marampa is 90% owned by Gerald Group. The other 10% is owned by the government of Sierra Leone. Is owned by the government of Sierra Leone. As such, the government also has a seat on the board of MML. I'd like to introduce to the stage Mr. Joseph Sandy, who is the government board appointed member to MML.
Good afternoon, His Excellency. May I stand on existing protocol? I am here to introduce the keynote speaker, who is always here to make history. If I was from Marampa or Mafoki, my prayers would be for the next keynote speaker to always be visiting here. He's been here on 3 occasions. The very first occasion was to commission 3.25. And the second visit was to make a big CDA payment to the community of Marampa. He is a transformative leader, somebody who has inspired a lot, including me. He has made a lot of transformative decisions, including ones that we are benefiting from these mines now, where we've got 33% of our workforce being all female. This is as a result of his direct policies, where he said the minimum workforce of every Sierra Leonean organization should be at least 30% women. It gives us great pride to introduce our guest note speaker, who is no less a person but His Excellency, Retired Brigadier Julius Matabio.
Let's sit down, please. Madam Chair, the Chief Minister, the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, other government ministers present here today, members of Parliament, the Paramount Chief and other traditional leaders present, members of the diplomatic and consular corps, the Chief Operating Officer of Tirad Matters Group, and staff of the Marampa Mines Limited, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First, I want to express my profound gratitude to the management and staff of the Marampa Mines Limited for choosing to invest and work in Sierra Leone. As a result of this investment, I'm here today to launch the M375 expansion project and to hand over a dummy check of the CDA fund to the community people. I wish to thank the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, the resident minister, Paramount Chief, and District Chairman and Councillors for providing the required oversight for the company and for hosting and supporting the company's operations. The company needs the unconditional support and goodwill of the community to thrive. Likewise, the people need the company to provide jobs and support community development projects. This symbiotic relationship is imperative for the smooth operations of the company, just as it is for the community and national development. I have been told reliably that MML has provided over 200. I'm also informed that the company has provided 208 students with fully funded university scholarships. Thank you for supporting our human capital development program. Another 408 have benefited from bursaries for technical and vocational training. Human capital development, especially skills training, is a great enabler of upward social and economic mobility. It helps to provide the right competencies that young people need to fit into the job market. This is not only good news for the people of Lonsa, it is for all of us as Sierra Leoneans. However, I'm most proud that Port Loko is today benefiting from my government's commitment to private sector investment to transform lives one job at a time. In addition to several projects and factories that have been channeled to Port Loko district, my government is the first to have successfully negotiated a Community Development Agreement, CDA, on this magnitude. We will talk about the core, we will talk about our history, but under my leadership, you have gotten more than you have for the last century of mining, call it a century. This is intentional, this is deliberate, because we are a human capitalist administration. We invest in people in several ways. In 2022, I handed over $1.7 million as the Community Development Fund from MML, and we are here again to hand over to the beneficiaries for 2023 and 2024 fiscal year. It is now left with you as citizens in this mining area to utilize these funds to further your social and economic priorities in addition to government's direct support. I've also been informed that from the previous payment, 723 households in the mining area now enjoy solar light. Town halls, community centers have been refurbished. 1,000 sets of furniture have been provided for various schools in the concession area. These are very good use cases for CDA payments. The push by government for companies to establish a CDA reflects our commitment to ensure that communities can more directly benefit from mining resources. We are a people's government, and we make sure that the people who live in the communities benefit directly. That is why we are very bullish about making sure that the communities get something back. To this end, I'm told that new infrastructure projects have been approved, including the rehabilitation of the feeder road from Lonsa Old Town to Kontha Bana, and the installation of solar street lights in Lonsa Township itself. After that project, Lonsa will be brighter than Freetown. That is challenging me as Minister of Energy. I was also pleased to hear, and I've always believed that people from the mining community should have tangible benefits from mining companies' operations. Today, the payment of another round of CDA funds by MML shows the company's commitment to that philosophy. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you remember in 2022, MML paid $1.7 million as CDA fund to the community people. Today, I'm here to hand over the dummy check of $3.7 million. $3.7 million, equivalent to over newly 83 million new loans as payment for 2023-2024 CDA fund to the people. These payments are intended to directly enhance the development and well-being of the local communities, reflecting my government's shared commitment to equitable and inclusive development. It is my expectation, ladies and gentlemen, that as the company's investment and operations expand, the company's profit margin will increase, as I said earlier, which will reflect on the amount of CDA funds that you get also. I want to personally pledge, with our esteemed paramount chiefs here, political representatives and all local leaders, to rally their people, especially the youth, to protect the company's investment. I saw the Minister of Finance. I don't know if we are going, because the money is getting really high, we need to tax Mafoki and Marampa. These developments are not about any single individual or political party. They are about the citizens of Sierra Leone. Ladies and gentlemen, on my part and that of my government, I will continue to assure you of the enabling environment for private sector to thrive. Sierra Leone is open for business, and I want to say at this point that MML in the various international fora where we have been present have spoken very pleasantly about their experience in Sierra Leone, and that has made it easier for others to favorably consider this destination, Sierra Leone, as a destination for investment. Indeed, investment from the United States of America and other Western countries has increased. Let's continue to make our country a destination for foreign direct investment. Moreover, we will continue to ensure that this company operates seamlessly and that the wealth derived from our natural resources enriches the lives of all Sierra Leoneans. Thanks very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now coming to the final event, which is the presentation of the CDF check. I'd like to first call our CFO to please, we're going to do it in the front, to go to the front. The check will be presented to the Minister of Mines, who will also then present the check to the President for it presented to the chiefs of Marampa and Mafoki. We want to also thank the Minister of Mines for his tremendous support over the years, and we look forward to continued great partnership.
The check to the Community Development Fund is $83,700,000 leones. Yoni's, sorry.
Members of the high table, quickly please, may come forward for a photo opportunity. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. At this point, please rise for the national anthem for the formal end of the program. Please remain where you are as the president departs. And I'm advised that there will be a short induction ceremony for ministers and other guests for the mines visits. Ministers and other guests should remain for a short induction for the mines visits.